Hey, what's up, you guys in YouTube land? It's your boy Enigma September, and this is episode 111 of the Enigma Sept Hour. And I have a very special guest. I have the one and only Makenzi. Yay! How are you today?
Good.
Okay, so again, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell so you get reminders whenever the podcast goes live or when I upload the videos. Also, to remember to I need speaking to the mic. I hope you guys heard me. Also, to remember to follow me on all socials and leave a comment. Let me know that you've been listening. Okay, so. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting episode. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Matter of fact, you know why it's going to be super interesting? Because I have to introduce the song. So we're going to get into it. So hold tight. All right. All right. So let's get ready to start recording. Are you ready, Makenzi?
Yep.
Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept Hour. This is episode 111. And what you just heard was my man Royce Lovett with Skintone. Shouts out to Royce Lovett, man. Actually made a video with a lot of kids. A lot of kids in the video. The video was about Skintone and being appreciative of one's skin tone. Great video. Yeah, make sure you check it out on YouTube, and the song will be available this week. So actually, you guys are getting an exclusive. Thank me later. Anyway. Oh, also too, of course, I must mention that I'm recording this on my birthday. So your boy done turned a big 40. Man. Yeah, we're finally here now. But shouts out to Royce, of course, one of my birthday twins. So shouts out to Royce and his birthday today as well. But I have a very, very special guest for those in podcast land, and she's ready to speak. She can go ahead and speak.
Okay.
Tell them who you are.
I'm Makenzi.
And who's your dad? Am I your dad?
Yes.
I am. You sort of look like it. You kind of look like you can be my daughter. A little bit. And so what's on your mind? What's on your mind, Makenzi? Let the people know how you feel right now.
Happy.
You feel, hey, we are for it. We are for it. Yes, ma'am. What makes you happy?
That with my daddy.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not. Well, guess what?
Daddy did it for better to say yay, yay.
Oh, you want to switch it up? Oh, you want to hear the hand claps? Okay. Hey, look at it. My baby is a producer already. Do y'all see this? She's producing the show. Makenzi, that was a producer move. She said, hey, run the hand claps.
I am Makenzi. I'm turning 4 when my birthday come on. And I already 3.
Yes.
And I know my name, Makenzi.
We're going to now spell her name. We are here for it.
I'm gonna be a princess when my birthday come up.
And
I will do something to my daddy.
You have something for me?
And
Bruh.
I'll do something that will be important is my name. I know how to write.
You know how to write your name?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see that later. So, do you want to give me the present now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Miss Felicia, my fiance, Makenzi's new stepmother, and those in podcast land. Yeah, you need to go to YouTube to see the cuteness, to see all the cuteness. Okay, so now Makenzi's handed me a card that says "Daddy." The envelope is turquoise, teal. Teal is easier to say. It says, are you listening, Makenzi? All right. So it says, happy birthday, Dad. And it's your birthday. And I'm not just counting the years. You wrote your name? I see. I'm not just counting the years. Huh?
Felicia, help me.
I see. It says, I'm also counting the ways you make a difference in my life. So go ahead, blow out those candles and make a wish. Meanwhile, I'll be wishing for many more years of one of the best things that ever happened to me, having a dad like you. Happy birthday. And she signed it. She signed the envelope.
Name.
Yes. That's great. You did the can? And Makenzi? That was, girl. Okay. And she's putting the present in my face. All right, sit back, baby girl. Sit back. There we go. You want to hold the card?
No.
No?
I just want to
Okay.
put it right here.
Give it to Miss Felicia. So this is, what is this? Unpacking? Packaging? Can you guys hear the crumbling? What is this? This looks scary. What is going on?
My foot is...
Hey, yo.
What is it?
It is your dad's favorite rapper.
Oh.
Yo, get trash. Thank you, baby. So, hey, first of all, thank you, Makenzi. So what I got was, this is the Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits. It's an album. It's vinyl with Juicy, Hypnotized, Big Papa. To show those out there, YouTube land. And also, too, got, let's see what songs we have on here. Oh, baby, got it? Sit back.
No, I want to get it off the chair.
Okay. My baby said she want to get off the chair. So we got Juicy, Big Papa, Hypnotized, One More Chance, the remix, Get Money, Warning, which is my favorite song of all time, Dead Wrong by Eminem, with Eminem by Eminem, Who Shot You, 10 Crack Commandments, Notorious Thugs, Notorious B.I.G. They could have left that off of there. Nasty Girl, they could have left that off of there. Unbelievable, N-Word Bleeds, I'm not going to curse around my daughter. Running Your Mouth, Want That Old Thing Back, and You Tonight, featuring a guy that I won't mention because I'm around my daughter. Man, yo, this is dope. I got the vinyl. It's the second vinyl that I received. Felicia is the best. I appreciate you, baby. I know I was looking crazy. Maybe I was looking at Felicia like I was crazy. Makenzi, I love you. All right, so that was that. I think Makenzi has reached her what's the word? Not fitness. What's the word? Yeah, she reached her a threshold. That's what it is. Anyway, I am grateful. I am totally grateful. Just give y'all a rundown. I'm freestyling it, of course. Definitely freestyling it. Apparently Makenzi. What is that, Simon? Here comes Simon. Here comes. Let me shut up before YouTube tag my video. You two gonna be like, no sir, no monetizing here. Anyway, make sure everything's straight. But regardless, man, this weekend has been dope. Shouts out to my boys coming out last night. JC, pause. Hey yo,
Bruh.
yo,
Bruh.
hey yo. He came out last night. JC, my man Kim, also known as Habarito. He gonna put me on the camera game. Get these lenses up. You know what I mean? Who else came out? My man Harold Edwards. My brother-in-laws, Jonathan and Javan. I said Javan. If he ain't listening. Anyway. My cousin-in-law, Sinclair, he fell through. And yeah, I think that's about it. Those that didn't come out, ain't no hard feelings. Those who didn't get an invite, please don't have any hard feelings. There wasn't anything personal. Just I wanted to make it small. And also too, it was last minute. It was definitely last minute. So it was like my birthday / bachelor party. Actually, I did plan on doing something this weekend for that in particular, but I was just being lazy, basically. I was being lazy. So I really wasn't tripping. I didn't want the traditional bachelor party. I didn't see any use for that. It didn't do anything. That doesn't do anything for me. So I'm good. I'm Gucci. But I did enjoy myself. Now, I know that the fix is the sports podcast around here, around these parks, but I have to speak on it. Boy, Florida State got thrashed like the president. Boy, I said, boy, like did y'all even pinch anybody? I think, and somebody said like they got through the first scripted plays and that was it, and that's what it looked like. They went that first series, went down there, got a little quick field goal score, and it was a wrap after that. Miami just took off. Apparently, it was the most lopsided win, I want to say, in the series. Yeah. Oh, no. I think it was the first time more than 50 points had been scored in the series. I think that's what it is. Not most lopsided because apparently Bobby Bowden lost to Miami like 49-0 or something. So it wasn't the most lopsided. But it was the first time 50 points had been scored in the series. I don't have any notes, just going off memory. But, man, I'm happy, though. I am happy. Yes. They're like, yo, E, you been rocking FSU caps the past 3 episodes, bro. That's just because I need a haircut. Y'all see I'm clean now. Ooh, look at your boy. Look, yeah, my baby sound like a snack. She sound like a snack. What? Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that. Anyway, but I remember. Hold up.
I remember back then, y'all used to rock. Y'all used to rock the wolf. Y'all was wolfing back then. Y'all wouldn't get no haircuts. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway. Yo, but I'm glad they got their butt kicked, man. Honestly, I'm glad. They need a wake-up call. And I don't want to hear no excuse about, it's COVID-19. It didn't have a spring. No team had a spring. No team. And not only that, it's going to get a lot worse because I looked at the schedule and, boy, first of all, they have a cupcake game next week. And then they play ranked teams, starting nothing but ranked teams, starting with Notre Dame of all teams. Notre Dame's going to have no sympathy. And unlike the Miami game, Coach Norvell is going to be there, present to see the might. That is a real football team. Then they play like 3 other teams after that are all ranked at this point. Then they play North Carolina State, which isn't ranked. And then once they play North Carolina State, they come back around and have to play Clemson. I really think like they're only gonna win 1 game this season. It's gonna be a cupcake game. Like this is going to be. I'm literally 40 today. This is going to be the worst season that I've witnessed from a Florida State football team. It is going to be crazy. But end of the day, man, it's the spores of war. No, I don't think that's not the right term. It's the ideal of resting on your laurels. Like this is why you don't rest on your laurels. This is why even though you find yourself to be great, that you don't stop working for it. And I honestly think for the best of the past 20 years, Florida State has rest on its laurels. They thought or believe that they are Florida State, the mighty, mighty Florida State. And I mean, for the past 20 years, there's only been 5 that's been notable. And then, of course, the championship in 2013, so salute to that. And then the next year, 2014. But beyond that, you know what I'm saying, you really didn't have that, not compared to what they did in the 80s and the 90s, like the 2000s and 2010s, just doesn't add up. And I honestly think it's because you have kids that come in that think that because they play at Florida State, that they just automatically supposed to win. Just step on the field and it's going to happen. I think the fans think that too. That's why, we got so much talent. Talent don't mean nothing if you ain't got a dog. You ain't got a dog mentality. Shouts out to Kobe. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a dog mentality, if you ain't really out there trying to head hunt in football, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. And just knowing that the FSU football program was built on that attitude. It built on that attitude of, we have a point to prove. They don't have a point to prove, and until that happens, you're going to continue to get this mediocrity and now just trash performances. It's not even mediocrity anymore. It's just trash. But hopefully now that Florida State has truly hit rock bottom, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom to bounce back up. And my hope is somewhat that we didn't hit rock bottom, that they come back up. But also too, I ain't really tripping because I've become less and less of a fan of major college football. I'll watch it, but I'm becoming less of a fan of it. And it's it's go Rattlers. Anyway, we're not playing this year, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, man, let me get into hip hop. I know y'all like, this isn't The Fix. This isn't Joe Ward and The Fix Sports Podcast. What are you doing? So, let me get into a little bit of hip hop, man, before we go to the next break. So apparently, Rolling Stone put out they revised their best 500 albums of all time. I think they dropped it, I'm thinking 20 years ago. Yeah, I didn't write notes because it's not the point. But apparently, of the list, the top rap album, quote unquote, that was on the list is Lauryn Hill's The MisEducation of. And it brought a lot of discussion to the internets. Some people even trying to figure out, could they even deem the album as a rap album? Now, if those who listen to the radio, listen to the Underground Railroad yesterday, just like my man JC, I explained. He asked me who my top 5 and why. which is Biggie, Eminem, Outkast, and then Kendrick Lamar. Outkast hit the 3 and 4 spots. Before Kendrick Lamar used to be Lauryn Hill. She's at 6. I don't think she's about to get knocked down to 7. I mean, I think Fonte his props. But regardless, what I've always said about albums, or what I looked at for albums, or what I look for in my favorite albums is artists that has high artistic caliber. That makes sense. But also too are also commercially viable. And I point out to JC, if you look at my top 5, they've all sold. Well, not all. I'll take that back. Especially the top 3. Yeah, take Eminem, Biggie, and Outkast. They've all sold diamond albums. But the thing is, they've done that but without sacrificing their artistic ability. Eminem got on the fence, but he still can spit, so whatever. Y'all can hate. But anyway, that has nothing to do with if Lauryn Hill's MisEducation is a rap album. I don't think it's clearly not a pure rap album. I mean, you can listen to X Factor and know that it's not a pure rap album. That is a whole R&B song. One of the greatest R&B songs of the 90s, but that's a whole R&B song. So clearly the album isn't purely rap, but I mean, the first song is Lost Ones, where she totally destroys Wyclef in the first track. Everything is kind of like a really good hybrid of, like, she's kind of rapping but also singing at the same time when you really don't know the difference. Same thing, yeah. Everything is everything. Same thing with That Thing. Like, she's rapping but yet singing, which is also funny too when you consider hip hop today. And I find it funny that people want to argue if that album is a rap album when most rap nowadays is more sing-alongy than most of the songs on her album. Like, she had, you could tell it was a song, R&B song, like X Factor, like what's the joint she had with D'Angelo? I can't think. But anyway, ooh, just a little clap. I am not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna do that to y'all. No, not gonna do it. But so anyway, the lines of R&B and hip hop and rap rather right now is really blurred. She did it 22 years ago. Whoop de whoop. You know what I mean? But I will say this, I don't think it's a rap album. I do think it's a hip hop album. And maybe that it's definitely a hip hop album, to be frank. And I think that classification as a rap album is probably transitive, if you will, or it's basically the same. You know, people look at people say rap and hip hop and rap. Those who know there's a difference, but some people don't, especially somebody like a magazine like Rolling Stone. They don't care. But so I think the better, my conclusion is the better description of the MisEducation of Lauryn Hill is that it's a hip hop album more so than just a purely rap album. You can say the same for Speaker Box and The Love Below. Of course, Speaker Box is a completely rap album. Big Boy was holding no punches with the rhymes and making sure that it was mainly rhymes. But, of course, you go to Andre's side, and he's singing on most of it. Something about these Geminis that want to twist things around. That's what... But honestly, shout out to Gemini. So my favorite rappers. My favorite rapper is a May Gemini. All right. Second favorite rapper is a Libra. October Libra, like me. No, I'm a September Libra. Anyway. Then you got Andre. Then you got Lauren. And then you got the June Gemini with Kendrick. So They're not doing something right. But anyway, man, yeah, it's a hip hop album. That's it. And I would concede to say that yes, it is. I wouldn't argue that it's the best hip hop album ever. I wouldn't argue against that. Sorry. Okay, how you feel? Also, too, I would say this, man. I would say this, and yeah, I'm wasting all kind of time because I don't have any plans with this. We freestyling. We freestyling right now. We freestyling. That's what it is. What it is. But no. As far as I know what I wanted to say. Y'all got y'all feelings, man. We get it. Lauryn Hill has been horrible with getting to her shows. And I know a lot of y'all feel burnt in regards to going to her shows and she's showing up late, maybe not even showing up at all. That doesn't take away from what the album and the songs are, the quality of the songs. They're dope. They're super dope. They're not only dope, man, like them songs are important. Those, like, when you think about Everything Is Everything, like that song in particular. I want to say Low Key is probably my favorite song on the album. I'm on the fence between that and X Factor. X Factor is just so incredible. But Everything Is Everything, like I mentioned before, the song is like such a hybrid that it's hard to even think as if it's rap or if she's just singing. But like even the messaging, that's what it is for me. It's the messaging. Nothing even matters. I had to go look at the album. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the D'Angelo song. But I mean, from Lost Ones is really that frustration of a broken heart to flipping into X Factor, which is, you know, the other side of having a broken heart, you know, the sadness, the anger, to sing the song to a son, to Zion, Doo-Wop just being this cautionary song to both men and women, Final Hour and all the religious innuendo in that song. Like, yo, like every song on here is a bop. But more importantly, every song on there is important. Like there's a message. And I've said this time and time again. Actually, I said it on the radio show yesterday, Underground Railroad. When my outlook on hip hop music is that it is an extension of Black music. And two elements that I deem important regarding Black music is the soul or the rhythm, in particular with, you know, drums, not solely drums, but the rhythm and drums play an important part in that, and also the messaging, and it goes back to, you know, parts of Africa. Can't say this whole continent, but I remember reading that, you know, parts of Africa that what they would do to spread information and spread tradition is you have these people come into these towns or villages and they would tell oral history. They'll tell the oral history of the culture or the village or the people or whoever. And they would do it with, you know, drums in the background and people dancing. And those songs would tell a story of the people's culture. That's how they got their history. That's how they got their history lesson. And I think that tradition does carry on and needs to carry on in Black music, and then in particular with hip hop music. And that's what Lauryn Hill did beautifully with the MisEducation of Lauryn Hill. She gave a story, and in that story she gave truths that we still can live by 20 years later, 22 years later. I mean, that's what Jesus did. Jesus didn't come out and just say this is what it was. He gave stories, and in those stories, there was bits of wisdom in that. And she like I said, Lauryn Hill did that masterfully. Even if there's a whole controversy of she didn't write those songs or she didn't write everything or she didn't orchestrate everything, I don't care. She was still the director. She put all that together. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And that's why for the longest she was number 5, even with only one solid album. Like that's why she was they explain it. That's why she was in my top 5 with just one solid album. Because that one album was just that powerful. And I haven't seen too many albums that could measure up to not just the impact that it had on the industry and all the Grammys and how many albums it sold, but the ideal or these ideals and the concepts and the messaging and how important the messaging was to the culture and to us as a people. Like she did that, period. Like she did that. And it's very rare that I can see anybody else that could compare. There's a few, of course, Outkast, especially with Aquemini. I think of most of, actually, it's a couple albums that year that could compete. Like Aquemini came out that year. A year later, what's my man? Got the real name in my head. Def. Let me see. Most Def. Lord have mercy. Most Def. With Black on both Black on Both Sides. Like that album was really close to just the vibes that Lauryn was giving. And now granted, there are some albums that may even be better put together, or it may have had better rapping, or may have been more impactful. Of course, you had the Illmatics. You know what I'm saying? You had the Paid in Fulls. You have the Low End Theories, you know what I'm saying? You have the Blueprints and the 444s, even though I don't think 444 is necessarily a classic, but anyway. Like you have these albums that were dope, but as far as, again, just the range, because most of them, they couldn't switch from a straight up R&B song to a rap song and still be hip hop. Jay-Z couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Most Def got close, but even some of his stuff sound dated versus when you hear Lawrence, it's still fresh. It's still dope to this day. That's a true definition of a classic. So, yeah, I'm not mad at Rolling Stones for putting that as the best, should have been hip-hop, but rap album. It is what it is. Of course, we can all have different opinions about that, but again, the messaging is so important. And again, she did that. So we're going to go ahead, man, get into the next track. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about another event this weekend. Actually, 2 events that happened this week. And I'm going to tie them all in together. Actually fitting that I would, when I think about it, I have my daughter on here, talk about Lauryn Hill. And when we get back to the next topic, you'll see how everything ties in together. So we're going to go in with my man, Shem. Rivera, man, shot me this track this week, and I'm going and run it. Well, these gospel rappers on it. But anyway, my man, Shem Rivera with 1,000 Words. This is episode 111 of the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. Boom, 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 and we back. It's your boy, Enigma September, and this is the Enigma Sept Hour. What you just heard, my man Shem Rivera with 1,000 Words. Again, this is episode 111. I don't do enough of letting y'all know what episode this is throughout the podcast. So I'm going to work on that. Once I come back from my wedding vacation. So we'll see. We will see. Yo, so one thing I wanted to get into, and like I told you guys before the break, I think it's fitting that I bring this up, especially today. Not today because it's my birthday. I don't want to talk about sad stuff on my birthday. But being that I had my daughter here on the podcast, and I've said this before, in the case of Breonna Taylor, when I look at pictures of Breonna Taylor, man, she puts me in the mind of, that's a country term. It makes me think that if I were to imagine what Makenzi would look like when she got older, I would think that she would look like Breonna Taylor. And I know the case is Hart is on everyone's heart, a lot of people's heart. But that's my tie, and I just couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. Clearly, I am imagining because I don't know what Makenzi gonna look like when she get older. E, are you joking about this? Are you?
Bruh.
Are you really?
Bruh.
Joking about this right now? This is not anything to joke about. My baby said I'm goofy, and I am goofy. I'm a goofball, but seriously, so it came out. Grand jury decided not to charge two of the officers with anything, and then decided to charge one of the officers with a crime of wanton endangerment, which a number of people online have said that this is essentially criminalizing the fact that they missed her and that bullets went into the other apartment. Just horrible. And right now, just I think of pro-lifers, in particular, the pro-lifer that President Trump is about to or has nominated to be appointed as a Supreme Court judge, and the lack of empathy that a lot of those people have to people that are alive, and in particular the criminal justice system. I mean, you want to fight for the life of an embryo to the point that you even take lives with bombings and shootings and assassinations, but yet see nothing wrong with the fact that they couldn't even charge him, even with like manslaughter or aggravated assault. I don't know, like something to say, hey, it was wrong for you to shoot and kill this woman. But no, they couldn't find it in their heart or in their minds, rather. I don't even know if they had heart to do that. But unfortunately, it is what it is. And also, I know people have pointed out that's kind of crazy because they gave, shout out to Smurfy, they gave the family $12 million. So clearly something went wrong. They made a law in her name to make it where I guess in Louisville, if not the state of Kentucky, I think it's the state of Kentucky, where they have it where you can't do no knock warrants anymore. Which is odd was odd is that you have people defending the no knock warrant, despite the fact that clearly the state said, yeah, you know what? That was wrong. Let's stop that. And we're going to do it her honor because clearly that was the issue. So it's an issue. You did these little quick fix, which honestly we got to appreciate. I know a lot of people don't because we all wanted one thing, and that is for those officers to be charged with her murder. But it is something. It's not to excuse them. It's not to let them get off, but also to recognize that there's something. There was something that was done. And I think we can recognize that. We can recognize that something was done. There was a change. There was some kind of retribution without disregarding the fact that someone should have been charged with a murder because what was done was wrong. And also, too, with this case, it really points out the hypocrisy to me with a lot of conservative values, in particular, the Second Amendment and, like I said before, pro-life stance. Because if you say you're pro-life, any life, you should be upset that an innocent woman lost hers. doing nothing wrong in her house, doing what she's supposed to do as a grown woman. And then in particular, then also the fact that, you know, I've seen people who want to, you know, I guess, I don't know, want to ruffle the feathers, say, oh, well, he shouldn't have shot at the police. Second Amendment rights. What happened to Second Amendment rights? Should I call it the obvious that you don't care because a black dude was shooting at the cops? Or you don't care because you're so tied up with trying to defend cops that, yeah, you don't care about the Constitution. But then you act like you want to care about the Constitution when you pick judges that you want to follow the Constitution strictly. It don't make sense. And this is why I can't rock with the conservative side. It's too many contradictions, bro. That don't make sense. This case pinpoints how any of that makes sense. You don't care about life unless it's just starting. And honestly, it's not that I don't think they care about life. They don't care about abortions. They care about trying to control women. That's it. They care about the quote unquote freedom that women can have to say, hey, you know what? I want to go out and do what I want to do. And it's like, oh, you can't get away from that responsibility by being able to have an abortion. It's like, that ain't your call, bro. It's not your call. As much as you can sit here and try to say women are bad for having an abortion, yo, you as a nation, you dropped a bomb on Japan twice, killing innocent lives. You feed your people GMO products, killing them, giving them cancer, like COVID-19, just this whole thing. Like, I don't see where this stands of trying to protect life when you ain't trying to protect all lives. We execute people day in and day out. Well, not day in, day out, but there's still states that execute people. What is pro-life about that? It's not. It's malarkey. But anyway, not getting too much of a rant, but yeah, man, this case really shows a lot of contradiction. And conservatism, and it's not even about race per se. It's more than race, but it's really just a show of society and how dumb we are with trying to just win. But the tie-in, of course, another event, and bring it back to hip hop, is this fool Tory Lanez decide this week that the Breonna Taylor case grand jury decision comes out. This idiot decides to drop an album named after himself, Daystar, Goofy. And in the album, he decides to gaslight. What's up, Kobe? Kobe's on here trying to lick my finger. Trying to gaslight Megan Thee Stallion regarding the shooting that happened about a month or so ago. And I use the term gaslighting because I see a lot of people that, oh, well, he's playing his side and we weren't there and we don't know what happened and blah, 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 blah. Bro.
Bruh.
Stop it. Y'all sound dumb. Y'all sound dumb. And shout out to my man Better Music. I got love for you, bro, but yeah, my man was on Twitter. He was like, yo, you gotta listen to this album. I was like, nah, I'm straight. And he was like, but you gotta separate the music from what happened.
Bruh.
This fool didn't separate it. He's literally talking about the situation. It's not separation. I get the argument. That was part of my argument with R. Kelly. But it wasn't like R. Kelly was straight up like, yo, I'm sleeping with 13-year-olds. Ooh. And then when we did find out that some of the songs he was essentially confessing, yeah, we straight. We good. Nope. But it's clear that some of the songs we didn't know. We didn't know. We may have thought we knew some stuff, but we didn't know technically. So I get that argument with R. Kelly for some people. But no, Tory Lanez, like, we essentially knows what happened. And no, like, we know that he's talking about this case on the album. Like, no, this is not. It's not like he doing something hidden. It's not like he come up with some fictitious narrative, and then we can only assume he's talking about the case. Like, bro, we know what it is. I'm not feeding to that. Not only that, you gonna do that and drop an album where you can monetize off of it. Then on top of that, cause I did read some of the lyrics. In the lyrics, you gonna come off and still say, "Oh, I still love you. Maybe we could have been something." Bro, you shot her in the foot. Why in the world do you think this woman even want to talk to you again? No. And if it was me in the case of, you know, what people want to say that, oh, he really didn't shoot her and she lied. She lied about it and it's messed up, man. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all don't know. Bro, if I was with a woman and she accused me of shooting her and I know that I didn't do it, I'm not going to be, first of all, I ain't going to be singing or rapping or anything. Man, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't give me no music. I'm talking to y'all like I'm talking right now. But also, too, I'm not going to be sitting here and trying to act like we could be something. We could have been something. Man, I still miss you. No, I don't miss you. You do me wrong, I don't miss you. Bye-bye. You go bye-bye. I'm good. I don't need to see you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't even want to talk about you or even talk to you for that matter. You did me wrong. You put me out and try to hurt my reputation, try to hurt my money, my livelihood. I ain't got no words for you. I'm done. I'm not even fantasizing about what we could have been. So the fact that this dude got on these songs and trying to make it seem like something could still happen and reminiscing about what they did romantically. No. That lets me know, nah, bro. Nah. I honestly believe that he shot her. Do I know? No, I don't. I wasn't, and you guys are right about that. You idiots out there are right about that. I wasn't there. You wasn't there. So I don't know the truth. All I can take is from what my life experience, these 40 years today that I've been on this earth. I am not crooning about a false accusation regarding violence against a woman. I'm not singing about that. And I'm definitely not going to drop an album about that. And I'm definitely going to have enough wherewithal to say, you know what? We are dealing with a case involving the state bringing violence to a black woman that has made international headlines. Maybe I should not drop this album this week or this month or this year. Really, just don't drop it at all, Daystar. But I'm not gonna do it. It makes me think, if you're that dumb to drop this album at this time, yeah, you probably are dumb enough to shoot a woman in the foot for whatever reason. There's never a good reason for that. No, I'm sorry. She was unarmed, so there's no reason. But the parallel is, unfortunately, not just violence against women, but violence against black women, but also this ideal of black women having to be responsible for it. That it's Meg's fault, that she should do something, not that Tory should just fess up or just shut up. One or the other. And that we're not going to invest ourselves in what he's doing because regardless, there's a victim and he's trying to capitalize off that victimization. It don't matter if he didn't do it. They say he didn't do it. Megan Thee Stallion's still a victim and he's trying to monetize off that victimization. That enough is bad enough to say, you know what? I'm straight. I'm good. Nah, bro. Have that. Take that out of here. But then on top of that, you want to sit here and we want to sit here and cry and moan and be upset about what happened to Breonna Taylor. Bruh, we wasn't there. We wasn't there. Police said the same thing. Louisville police said, hey, oh, you guys weren't there. You can't tell us what we did. Come on, bro. And I'm tired. I'm tired. That's what this is coming full circle. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting upset. Coming full circle with, like I said, having my daughter here, having my fiance here, speaking on Lauryn Hill and the MisEducation of Lauryn Hill and the theme and the general theme of that album, the Megan Thee Stallion situation and Breonna Taylor. We got to do better in regards to protecting Black women. And and let me confess, I am not innocent at all. I have done my share. I know I've done my share of things against Black women. And I'm not I'm ashamed of it. I'm not promoting it. I was ignorant. But I know now. And I thought I knew. Honestly, the crazy thing about it was, I mean, for me, I've always loved women. I always loved Black women. I just didn't know how to love Black women. I didn't know how to protect Black women. And unfortunately, I was taught some things that were wrong. I picked up on some things that were wrong. Case in point, I have to give it up. As much as I love Biggie, as much as I love this album, and I know my excuse was a lot of times, well, I listened to Biggie Smalls and I never thought about selling crack. But there's a lot of things in these songs as a kid, as an impressionable kid, that I took for truth in regards to relationships and my relationship to women, my relationship to Black women. That was damaging. And I know that now. I can confess that. There's still things I have to learn. I'm still learning, you know, especially now becoming a husband, being a father, and my daughter growing up. And there's things that I still gotta learn. I still gotta evolve. But some things are just obvious, bro. Some things are just completely obvious. And no, it ain't gonna be no songs in between this. I'm going to this rant. I get out songs at the end. But some things are just completely obvious. And we as a culture, as a people, and in particular, to my Black men, even if you think you doing the best by Black women, bro, don't be static. Don't be static. Don't sit there and think, oh, I'm this. I've never done this and I've never done that. There's probably some other stuff that you've done that's been damaging that you don't even know. But you got to be able to open your mind up first. Speak to Black women second and listen. Listen. And allow them to speak the truth. Not just their truth, the truth. And you take that in and then you reevaluate what you do or what you have done. And granted, you may have done some things. You can feel guilty, but don't feel bad. Just try to evolve from that. Try to move forward from that. But learn. And it's too many, I see too many people that they stuck on stupid. And we too old for that, bro. We too old for that. For real. So, man, that's it. I gotta keep it moving, man. Really didn't think I would I gave y'all an hour. I really gave y'all an hour by myself. Before I get up out of here, let me announce I won't be dropping any podcast episodes in the month of October, but I promise you guys I'm coming back with a bang. Hopefully some new formats. Maybe I'll learn some new things with podcasting, and we'll see. Also, too, big up, man, everybody with Freedom Train Radio, Pat, Kobe just did something. Pat, Joe, Shelby, Candace, and everybody else down with the team, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for everything you do. I confess I don't listen to every episode. I'm pretty sure y'all listen to every episode that I put out. But when I do listen to you guys' podcast, man, it's some of the dopest information and the dopest entertainment, just and content. And we doing this as a team. We killing it. And I learned something. In particular, like I said, listen to Black women. Listen to Shelby and Candace and the things that they speak on, man. It opens my mind in how Black women, at least for them, you know what I mean, in their perspective. It keeps me evolving. But yeah, big shout out to my baby Felicia. I love you. I thank you for everything you've done for me, not just for my birthday, but just in life, period. And you're the greatest. And this is the best decision I've made to making you my wife and becoming your husband. And also to my daughter, Makenzi, your daddy loves you. I love you forever. You're in my heart. And I promise to be a better man. Not just for you, but to you, and hopefully that energy will spread around. So when it's her time to go out and, you know, if she chooses to marry a guy, that he do right by her and do better for her than I ever could. And I do think that's possible. So look here, this is what I'm gonna do though, man. I'm gonna give y'all a couple songs to head out, and then you know what? I'm tripping. I know it's yo, hold up. I'm gonna give y'all a couple songs, man. So what we got? I told you I was freestyling. So yeah, I know one song we give y'all. I'm trying to think what other song I want to give y'all. That would be bad. I can't be talking all this. No. Matter of fact, I was gonna play some old songs. I can't do that because it wouldn't be reflective of how I feel. Leave y'all with one song, man. This is, of course, the best song I've ever written. With Still My Heart, your boy, of course, me, Enigma September, featuring Joyce. What's that name? Oh, Joyce Hart. Joyce Hart. Jocelyn. See, I knew I was saying it wrong. I was like, Joyce, that's too close to Royce. Wait a minute. I'm tripping. Jocelyn Hart. I'm 40. I am 40. I'm 40. I'm 40. And I'm freestyling. This is totally freestyle. I had little notes on this. So actually, I should appreciate how this came together because this was all freestyle. I'm going to end this, man, with Still Your Heart, Enigma September featuring Jocelyn Hart. And, of course, this song is dedicated to my daughter. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for holding me down. Again, if you listen to the podcast, make sure subscribe, you know what I'm saying, through whatever podcast channel or app that you're listening to. Subscribe to not just this podcast, but all the podcasts down on Freedom Train Radio. Those on YouTube land. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, and leave a comment. Let me know that you've been listening. And I'm gone for a whole month. I am gone. I'll be back. When I come back, I'll be a married man, and I'm going to be super happy, and we're going to turn this thing up. So, without further ado, this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.